Oh boy, it's been a while since I reported a Yankees win. It feels good. and, they took the first game of a series in Minnesota tonight by a score of 8-4, and some bright spots. Now, I'll be one of the first to admit in the beginning, I was one of the vocal people that most vocal about preaching patience with the Yankees. They're notorious slow starters, but I admit I kind of hopped over a little bit to the other side too with the panic buttons and saying things need to be done, things need to be shaken up, and I still feel that way. I still think they need to do some things because there's so many glaring holes and there's so much mismanagement, and the lineup construction is just not conducive to short-term or long-term success, particularly deep into the playoffs. I just don't think it's built that way for the offense. Now, with that said, they had a good day today. But starting with the pitching first, Jordan Montgomery went 5 2/3. Boone did leave him in one batter too long, but I wound up giving 3 runs. Not too bad. Then Johnny Lasagna, Chad Green, and Wandy Peralta closed the game out. So, which was another solid start by Montgomery. He did have like almost a 30-pitch first inning, and then he kind of settled down after that. And I'm going to get to that in a second when I talk about the offense, because it's one of the issues that I think the Yankees have, and I've seen them do it quite often this year. And then moving over to the offense, they had 14 hits overall, so they moved the ball better. They drew walks, they hit the ball on the ground, bunted. Brett Gardner actually bunted guys over. Things that they don't normally do, they did today. Got the ball in the air so that guys can tag up and manufactured some runs. It was also good to see Gary Sanchez hit one out, and Miguel Andor hit an absolute bomb, almost 450 feet into the left field second deck. So all in all, it was a solid day across the board for the Yankees offense. But one of the things that I wanted to point out is, and they do this and they need to get better at this, I brought up that 25 pitch inning or almost 30 pitch inning by Jordan Montgomery. One of the things that the Yankees have done, and it's just a bad trend that I noticed, and I'm not sure if you notice it, but anytime that happens, they wind up coming up to hit in the next half inning, and for some reason they don't exercise patience at all. They go through like a 6-pitch inning, and then their starters right back out. That's the time you have to work the count and give the pitcher a little bit of a break. He just had a long inning, and you're going to be, swing at the first pitch and get out, pop up and ground out, right? And he's putting him right back out there. It's one of the reasons why some of the Yankees starters struggle, like Montgomery struggles through a couple of innings and finds it hard to find his footing because of things like that. So working the count more, and that they did that in the top of the second inning today after Montgomery finished through the first. So that's what I wanted to point that out because it was pretty glaringly obvious. But aside from that, they worked counts. They got through Michael Pineda and got through their bullpen. Really started hitting their bullpen well. So, and all in all, it was a good day for the Yankees. But one good day is not going to change a lot of the things that are going on with the team. So, and it's important to point that out. And and tomorrow morning, my next video, you're going to see how I would revamp the Yankees roster based on where they're at right now. And I think it's a video you'll enjoy, find interesting, and let me know what you think of it either way. But I think it's a good video because I go over the roster and how the moves that I would make to put them in a better trajectory moving forward. So take a look out for that one. That's coming in the morning at 11 p.m. 11 a.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout. And if you want to know, if you want to be notified, if you haven't hit that notification or subscribe button, do that now, and hit the bell so that it'll pop up as soon as you, or it'll notify you as soon as it pops up. So, but all in all, solid day for the Yankees. I'll take the win. It snaps their losing streak after being horrifically swept by the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. And I know the Twins are kind of a downtrodden team right now, but this is a perfect team for the Yankees to kind of bump into to kind of switch their momentum a little bit. So hopefully they continue that trend, and hopefully Gerrit Cole, has a good performance today after his dreadful interview today regarding the substances of the ball, the additional spin rate, and all these guys using this. And all he could have said, honestly, was, it's been handed down. A lot of pitchers are doing this and this and that. But if they change it and say we can't use this stuff anymore, we won't use it anymore. That's it. You could have put it to bed right there. Instead, I would take a look at it if I were you. It was an absolutely horrific interview. And it goes to the Yankees management too and the Yankees PR people. They did not prepare him for this, but Gerrit Cole should have known as well. Like at this point, because it's not only him, it's Jacob deGrom and a bunch of other starters being accused of this stuff. Trevor Bauer and a bunch of other players. Now, I don't exactly know what they're doing, but it's pretty clear that the spin rate is through the roof this year for most pitchers, and the offense is way down. And I know that they've done some doctoring of the balls as well, so that could have something to do with it. And that's not the pitcher's fault. The pitchers didn't doctor the balls. MLB actually doctored the balls. But pitchers are definitely taking advantage of it right now. And it's now they're going to be searching, doing checks, random checks throughout the games, up to 8 to 10 checks per game. So it might change things. You might see spin rate go down a little bit. You might see offense come back up. So it's going to be really interesting to see. But nevertheless, I hope Gerrit Cole has a good performance tomorrow to kind of reverse the trend of his last performance, which was not really that well. And his spin rate was significantly down on the start prior to this when he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. And he labored through that start. So hopefully it's a more indicative Gerrit Cole start tomorrow because he still throws 100, 101 on a regular basis. He's still a dominant pitcher. So hopefully we got on the right track with that. So that's the Yankees recap. They won 8-4. A good win, but let's not get too excited just yet. Let's see a trend. Let's see them heading in the right direction with some more consistency across the board, particularly on the offense. Because at some point, you're going to come up against these heavy hitting teams, the more heavy hitting teams, and that's where we're going to need the offense to heavy hit with them or out heavy hit them. So, these folks need to kind of get things together. But a couple of good signs: Giancarlo Stanton, a couple of hits. Gary Sanchez, a couple hits. DJ LeMahieu, a couple of hits. So, good signs, encouraging, but again, we need to see consistency from them all across the board. So, talk to you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.